Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start this video off with a recent update from Andrew Jacked. And when I first saw this update, I honestly started to get goosebumps. Andrew looks crazy right now. In all of his recent updates, the arms and the quads have really been standing out to me. And Andrew hasn't even started working with Psycho Lewis yet, but there will be very soon. And I think the training of Psycho Lewis really benefited Andrew going into the Arnold Classic. He brought the most conditioned package I've ever seen him bring to a bodybuilding stage. But of course, we can critique the training of Psycho Lewis a little bit. Some people said Andrew was training too much. They didn't really like the workouts. He was training multiple times a day. And also people said he lost his wow factor. But he definitely brought the conditioning to the Arnold Classic. And Andrew's conditioning is usually pretty good everywhere except for the glutes and the hamstrings. From the front, pretty conditioned. And I will also say he has one of the craziest Christmas trees in bodybuilding right now. I just think Andrew needs a little bit more time in the gym to bring out some definition and separation in the glutes and hamstrings. Remember, Andrew has only been bodybuilding for a few years, but he looks wild right now. Now let's switch over to Michal Krizo, ahead of the Impro Classic, which will be tomorrow, another Sunday show. Krizo looks crazy right now, guys. Take a look at the update on the left. Michal Krizo finally brought the conditioning, and I'm interested to see how he's going to look on stage. Did he push conditioning too far and lose too much size in the legs? Or will Michal Krizo fill out perfectly and look great on stage? And it also looks like Krizo has not started tanning yet. A lot of people really complain about the tan, even in my comment section. But I would say it looks like Michal Krizo is going to be qualified for the Mr. Olympia very, very soon. Now let's switch over to the mutant Nick Walker. Nick usually posts about 3 or 4 updates a week, but I feel like we haven't really talked about him lately, probably because Nick has been traveling a lot. Nick is looking pretty good in these updates. Of course, the main focus is going to be the quad sweeps, and Nick is still working on them. But as I've said before, Nick Walker can make up for the lack of quad sweeps in the side poses and the back poses. If you guys can see anyone beating Nick in the front double and the front lat, they're probably going to struggle against him in the side chest, you know, the back double bicep, etc. But Nick is working very hard going into this year's Olympia. And I'm hearing a lot of people say Derek is going to win, Samson is going to win. I'm not hearing a lot of Nick Walker, not a lot of Hottie Chupin. But I don't think it's a smart idea to count out the 2 most consistent guys in men's open bodybuilding. Now let's switch over to Hunter Labrada, who recently posted up an update, looking great ahead of the Texas Pro. And Hunter's biggest improvements this offseason has been the control of his waistline, and also Hunter is in better conditioning at this far out from a show. And don't forget, he will also be in the Tampa Pro first, which I think is a great idea. Hunter has a great chance of winning Tampa, so even if he loses to Andrew Jacked in Texas, he's already qualified for the Mr. Olympia. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Hunter on stage this year. I feel like I've been somewhat hyping him up, but he's still going to have a very hard time in Texas against Andrew Jacked. Now let's switch over to Hassan Mostafa. I'm not 100% sure if this update is recent, but it should be. Hassan will be competing in the Orlando Pro pretty soon, and I haven't heard of any other names jumping into this show. I believe Patrick Moore is going to jump into this show because he wasn't able to do the Cali Pro, but other than Patrick, I don't know of any other names. But whoever jumps into that show is going to have a hard time beating Hassan. Now let's switch over to 212. We have another update from Keone Pearson. And I'm telling you guys right now, we're going to see the best Keone Pearson we've ever seen. This guy is posting updates almost every single day, and I know what that means. He really, really likes the way that he looks. And based off what I'm looking at right now, unless Sean Clarita shows up to the Texas Pro, Keone Pearson is going to be headed to the Mr. Olympia. And look for this guy to place high this year, maybe top 3. Now let's switch over to Kerrith Bajjo. Kerrith actually tagged me in this post, so I know that he wants this to be talked about and addressed to the fans. Kerrith is looking great ahead of the Mr. Olympia. Kerrith is currently sitting at 223 pounds and said he is the leanest he's ever been at this weight. And this guy is a threat. Not only have I said it, but I've heard Mark's Max Muscle EP09. Multiple channels recognize that Kerrith Bajjo is a serious threat to the top ranks of the 212 division. And I'm looking forward to seeing him on stage at this year's Olympia. A lot of people think he can beat Keone Pearson this year. I guess we'll see at the Olympia. Of course, after Keone qualifies in Texas. And let's switch over to Stephane Matala, who recently posted up an update. And is this guy the new Classic Physique Olympia champion of the gym? He looks crazy in these images. But we will get to see him on a bodybuilding stage very soon. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to look. I'm not too sure about this, guys. This guy had to lose 42 pounds to make it to the Classic Physique weight cap. And he's not out of the clear yet. He hasn't weighed in. But this is him in comparison to Mike Sommerfeld, who is currently the 5th best classic guy on the planet. In this side chest pose, Stephen looks pretty good, but keep in mind Mike is in the off season. But in this most muscular, you can definitely see that Stephane is a little bit narrow in the clavicles. Even though I'm really skeptical about how Stephane is going to look after losing all this weight to make the weight cap, I really hope that he shocks all of us. I hope that he comes to this Portugal Pro and looks absolutely crazy, and people are like, can he be at the top 6 at the Mr. Olympia? I think it's a little bit unlikely, but I'm hoping for it. This guy has a crazy physique. But let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. You guys let me know in the comment section below who is this legendary bodybuilder. And as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are very close to 8,000 subscribers. I'm Krishan from GOAT Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.